As the pace of change continues to grow at a rapid rate and the world becomes increasingly complex, we can no longer depend exclusively on past experiences or practices to ready us for what the future holds. To facilitate the ever-changing development needs, a 21st century design for human development is needed. One that builds a deliberately developmental culture where learning is front and center, integrated into the way that we, our coaches, officials, athletes, and the sport as a whole operate on a day-to-day basis. This more contemporary approach to human development places the learner at the center of the learning by providing a tapestry of curated resources and learning opportunities that include face-to-face programs, digital learning, social learning, and online communities, as well as mechanisms that support the transfer of learning to their role. A 21st century design for human development is underpinned by opportunities for deliberate practice, opportunities to learn through failure and a climate of feedback and psychological safety. Let's look at some of the key changes when we move from a traditional to a more 21st century approach. The new Learning and Development Framework provides a holistic picture of the capabilities that coaches and officials need to enable them to consistently create environments in which all the athletes they work with thrive. The Learning and Development Framework was built based on both research and your feedback. Feedback was gathered via the Learning and Development member-wide survey results, consultation, with over 50 one-to-one interviews completed, experts from the Water Polo Australia Coaching and Refereeing Advisory Committee, and research on human development, coach and official development, and athlete performance and well-being. So let's take a look at the framework. Notice the word athlete is in the center. This represents that our athletes are at the heart of what we do. By placing them at the center of the Learning and Development Framework, we recognize the important role that coaches and officials play in creating environments in which all water polo athletes thrive. Our athletes thrive in environments that build their competence, confidence, connection, and character. These factors, known as the 4 C's of positive athlete development, highlight the desired athlete outcomes of sport participation. To deliver on these desired athlete outcomes, 4 areas of coach and official development have been identified. These areas are represented in the inner circle of the framework. They are my craft, building the knowledge to be competent in the roles of coaching and officiating. My craft consists of technical, tactical, physical and mental skills that coaches and officials need to know. My relationships, acknowledging that the coaches and officials do not work in isolation. To be successful, they need to interact with athletes, peers, parents, and other professionals. My relationships consist of building communication, leadership, and teaming capability of the coaches and officials. My performance, understanding how to review and revise their own practices as coaches and officials and set themselves up for sustainable performance. My performance consists of accomplish, how do I as a coach and official set and attain goals? Growth, how do I get better in my role as coach and official? And sustainable performance, how do I set myself up to perform over time? And finally, my environment, understanding the context in which coaches and officials operate. My environment consists of building learning environments, creating positive team, club culture, and having an understanding of the broader system in which they work and the athletes operate in. These capabilities were established from a deep dive into scientific research from learning, coaching and education, advice from experts, and consultation with our members. All of our current and future learning resources and opportunities will be aligned to the capabilities in this framework. Learning resources and opportunities will be continuously added over time. And while officials have a different role to coaches in terms of dealing with players, the framework is also designed to assist them to develop and mentor more officials, so in a sense they too have a coaching role. The learning resources and opportunities are accessible and affordable to all, providing our members with the choice of what they engage in and when. There are many ways to tap into the learning resources and opportunities. These include face-to-face workshops, online programs through the learning pool, online resources such as articles, interviews, and videos on the Water Polo Australia website, state-based practical workshops via the Water Polo Australia coach and referee developers, and opportunities to share ideas and learn with peers via the discussion boards in the learning pool. We, coaches, officials, the athletes they work with, and the sport as a whole, will reap the benefit of the learning and development framework when coaches and officials deliberately engage with learning resources across all components of the framework, strive to put their new learnings into practice, and demonstrate their desire to improve their coaching and officiating by role modelling their ongoing commitment to improving their practice.